Cell regeneration is, I believe, pretty vital to our living, our staying alive, but it felt like a kind of betrayal. It felt like I was just going to keep losing parts of Aaron. And I licked those ashes off my fingers because I wanted so badly for him to remain a part of me, even though there would never be a universe where he wouldn't be. I started following Giselle online, and she said, don't say anything bad about yourself, even if it's a joke. It's probably really easy when you're hot. There's a part of my TED Talk that people think is really weird. Also, what a douchey thing to be. There's part of my TED Talk that people think is weird. Sorry, have you seen my TED Talk? Welcome to my TED Talk. The worst jokes in the world end with, welcome to my TED Talk. If I could outlaw, it's that joke. I hear that joke and I think, you're out of here. Get out. Go. Welcome to my TED Talk. Oh, really? You said something like vaguely interesting? Well, guess what? No one at TED says that. I know because I'd made that joke. I'm just kidding, I didn't. I didn't talk to anyone at TED. I had a panic attack. Possibly because no one talked to me. Possibly no one talked to me because my name tag said, ask me about my dead husband. Okay? But I'm so glad you didn't ask me about my dead husband because I'm telling you about him anyways. I'm possibly best known for being voted Annunciation Catholic School's most humorous girl, class of 1997. My second biggest accomplishment, I'm probably best known for my TED Talk, which feels like embarrassing to say, and I am sorry. I don't know. I'll talk about that in therapy. My TED Talk is called We Don't Move On from Grief, We Move Forward with It, and I try desperately to never read the comments because I get emails about it constantly, and one thing that people don't like about it is my face. Which, join the club.
God damn it, I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
Or my one lady was like, I don't like her mouth. It's like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do about having a mouth? Got it. I will type it up. Next time I have something to say, I will just type it up. Also, do you know what happens when a person who is nervous gets up in front of a bunch of people? They don't know what they're doing. There's so much of my body language in that video where I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, very weird. Anyways, there's a part of my TED Talk where I talk about sprinkling my dead husband's ashes. And some people think that's weird. And I think some people also get it. Some people just get it. When you lose somebody, when you are grieving somebody, there is a very real fear that you will just keep losing things. You will, by the way, keep losing things. You will lose memories. You'll lose objects. You'll lose inside jokes. You will learn that secret language that just the two of you had. You will forget pieces of that secret language that can only exist between two people who really, truly love each other. I am prone to being an anxious person. There was a specific anxiety that was magnified by my grief, and it was the anxiety of cell regeneration. I don't know, I probably saw a tweet or read a headline shared in a tweet. I'm never calling it X. I probably saw like an infographic somewhere that was like, all the cells in your body regenerate after 7 years. And I immediately went into panic mode. I was like, 7 years. All these cells are going to be gone. All these cells that knew my husband, that knew my dad, all these cells are going to be gone. I can't ever cut my hair. I don't, like, just panic mode over that. No longer wanted to exfoliate. Okay. Didn't want to cut my nails. Just kidding. I do believe in the power of a good manicure. Cell regeneration is, I believe, pretty vital to our living, our staying alive, but it felt like a kind of betrayal. It felt like I was just going to keep losing parts of Aaron. And I licked those ashes off my fingers because I wanted so badly for him to remain a part of me, even though there would never be a universe where he wouldn't be. There are certain things in life that are indelible, and love is one of them. And besides, what did I think like eating would do? Did I think like eating, like things are just always in you? Had I heard of like the digestive tract? Probably not. I was an English major. Not everything we do in grief makes sense. But I asked people a while ago about the things that they kept of their dead person, the things that would only make sense to them. I got an email from a woman who said that after her daughter died, she couldn't bring herself to cut her hair. All of the other cells in our body regenerate, she wrote, echoing one of my own anxieties, and I can't cut my hair. This is the hair that my daughter knew. And I'm sure it sounded crazy to other people, but it made perfect sense to me. And I'm sure to some people, that sounds nuts. And maybe to you, it sounds nuts. Or maybe you get it because you've been there and you know what it's like to lose a person and not want to lose any other thread connecting them. This topic might be a little too niche. I'm like, so are you anxious about cell regeneration? Has your grief triggered an anxiety about your cells? Do you too have a 10th grade knowledge of basic biology? Were you too educated in a Catholic grade school where your reproductive health class was actually limited to plant reproduction? You were just a bunch of like little 5th graders being like, ooh, pistils and stamens. I know what those flowers are doing. Flowers are horny. Anyways, where were we? God, I hope this doesn't make me seem nuts, except that I am a little bit nuts.
I'm your freestyle dance teacher.
I got a message from my friend Natalia, who is the kind of friend who, well, I'll just read you the message and then you'll understand what kind of a friend she is, but I've saved this in my favorites folder for 3 years for a reason. Natalia wrote, so you brought up that 7-year cell regeneration thing to me a few times now, so I did some research, and it's mostly true, except that there are parts of your brain that never regenerate or cycle away. And I found that really, really comforting. Like there are parts of your brain that knew Aaron and will always know Aaron and won't ever not have been in you when you knew Aaron. It feels so real that no matter how much our lives and bodies change, there are cells that never forget. There are cells that never forget. That's so beautiful. To me, that's so comforting. I am so lucky to have a friend who would bother to look something up like that. I am so lucky to have brain cells. After all I went through in college, I am so lucky to have brain cells that are just holding on, that are refusing to go, refusing to regenerate, refusing to cycle away. They are here. They're staying put. They knew my dead husband. They're staying here. Thank you to those brain cells for hanging on. I love you. And if you have felt that terror of forgetting or losing more, of time pushing you further from the person you lost and the life you had together and the lives you hoped to have together, remember that yes, a lot changes. Yes, a lot is lost, but there are some cells that never forget. And if you're a scientist and this is wrong, let me live in my delusion. I love science. I respect it. I can't practice it. It kind of freaks me out, but I love it from a distance. If this isn't true, let me live in a delusion that hurts nobody. Okay, let me hold what is emotionally true for me. Let me believe that I have little cells in me, that Aaron still knew. Okay, let it go. Let it go. Keep scrolling. But if you're a scientist and I'm right, and there's something more that I could benefit from knowing about this, then get in touch. Get in touch for sure. Get in touch for sure. That would feel nice. Whether or not you ever eat your dead husband's ashes, it's going to be okay.